rise from their exploits and grow. In the spotlight they belong. WBL stands strong.
Alright everyone, and welcome back to WBEL Season 3. So this is the playoffs week 1 of the Clairvoyant division, and as usual I'm with GB79 and Chisei.
What's going on, guys?
Hey there.
So we're burning the midnight oil air. The videos this week are much longer. So we'll be quicker this time. Let's jump straight into the first series. So yeah, for the Clairvoyant division, we have GB and LXD92. They both have our bye for the first round. So first series is going to be Dervis against Surftaco, and next one is going to be Kiyoshi against Nidles.
Two very strong matchups there.
Absolutely. So very quickly, what can we say about the changes on their side?
So over on Dervis' side, looks like he's brought in the light version of Lucio, the original 80 cost version. Of course, 100 cost here in this format. Does also look like he's brought in Dark Fina and Rain as well. So yeah, kind of giving himself a couple of new looks, I think, with some new DPS options, including a magic option. On the other side, Taco looks like he's brought in Astrius. So looks like there's been Dervis's secret weapon all season, so could potentially be using him against him here.
That's funny.
And looks like he's also brought in Eld as well, like the fire version for kind of that spear tank. Yeah, so some interesting new looks from these teams. So yeah, I think Taco, he's really relied on that spear team quite a bit this season, as well as a greatsword team there with Esther. So it looks like he's added in a katana look here as well.
So let's jump into the first series. All right.
Okay.
All right. So Taco has gone right for his new unit here. He's got Astrius in there, and he's got the support from Shell and the range threat there from Krace, who does have some status effects there that she can throw out. Dervis, on the other hand, he's gone for a Howlet team backed up by these fist units. So kind of an interesting one. I don't think we've seen this exact combination before, but Howlet is very strong, and there is some supportive aspects there to Queen's kit that could maybe come in handy over this fight. So we have seen that Howlet is very strong against slash damage, so we'll have to see how he fares against Astrius here.
The insult to the injury, Surftaco using Astrius in the first fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the Astrius on Surftaco's roster against Dervis's, and I didn't really see a whole lot of reason not to bring the Astrius. And boy, we know how fast Astrius can be. Surprisingly, not the fastest unit on the map. It looks like Howlet went first, actually. But Astrius can be insanely quick. Shell also can be very, very quick. And a fast unit being able with quicken support can be death almost. With his damage output's insane. With the follow-ups, with the poison, with everything. So we'll have to see how it ends up panning out. It looks like the fist units are kind of going off to the side while Howlet's kind of staying in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Surftaco's still kind of grouping out in the corner, but Chris is the first one to be able to move up. So let's see how the Shell's tuned, because the first one that came out was the TMR buff. Let's see if it's just quickens from now on, or if there's anything else that she has turned on here. Astrius, importantly, getting that courage and AP reduction buff online. And Howlet being able to get the haste online, which is also going to be huge. Okay, so there's the haste coming out from Shell, which is also going to be huge. So both carries are now hasted up. It looks like Queen also
Everyone
went to
has
haste action. Yeah.
You have haste. You have haste.
Oh, the man res up. That's going to be very helpful in terms of not just negating the original damage, but also the follow-up damage. Arm shot coming out, not letting it disable, but doing a good amount of damage on that Etra. And now I would imagine, well, probably another haste going onto the Kraus here, but I'd imagine probably after that, maybe probably quickens from then on. Oh, that
more
Astria
trick?
just getting demolished there. But it looks like
And
Howlett's gonna be able to do the first big chunk of damage.
Yeah, so the moment of truth, so going for the dispel and the barrier break. Not that much.
Wow.
Okay. And it was a
Oh.
quicken.
I'm surprised. That's really good for Surftaco here.
Oh.
Yeah, not going for the limit burst like I expected, but I mean, with that damage, doesn't look like it's needed.
And bye-bye, Howlett.
Yep. And Queen, unfortunately, not joining the fight until now. Much too late. Well, at least we'll be able to see how much damage she would have been able to do. Not expecting much, but it's lightning against water, so honestly a decent amount. You know, considering that I don't think that most of the VCs are probably geared towards the fist units, but still, you know.
I can see GB's mind blowing. Like I told you guys, Astria is strong, force cast strong.
I mean, he is good. I'm not going to deny that.
I cannot be stopped. Farewell.
Well, that was rough.
Yeah, flexing on Queen at the end there with the LB. Completely unnecessary, but starting to show off his damage anyways.
And so the Astrius there, 14,000 HP, so obviously fully re-inked. The Howlett was showing only as around 10,000, so that does not look reincarnated to me. So I think right off the bat there, it's not going to be a competitive match, unfortunately. But the movement there, I think, really worked against Dervis. The initial sequence was
Yeah.
unfortunately just not well put together. So you know his units kind of went in different directions, and Howlett didn't get all of the buffs from the team there.
Yeah.
So that kind of put him behind the 8-ball.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I saw, because Howlett, I mean, he with his new casting, he doesn't have like a very natural pairing with him, so he's pretty much left alone. So everyone that you will bring with him will be cards holder, so you better like pick them well, especially for their TMRs, to like really make your Howlett shine and like be the big beast that could like 3v1. And it's not what we saw at the beginning, because the two like 40 costers went to the left and buff each other's. So yeah, it wasn't necessarily optimal for him. Also, I think that it was not necessarily the best matchup for him, because we could see that clearly Surftaco, he saw the Howlett coming.
Yeah, and I will say that, so it looks like Surftaco did flex the Kreis, so he's not going to be able to run the exact same team this time around, but just the Astrius shell combo is still a big threat, so it doesn't really matter what 40 cost he pairs with, I would say at that point. So we'll have to see what ends up being brought for the next time around, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Astrius shell again coming out from Surftaco.
Let's check that out. I mean, prove that you can beat it.
Exactly. Why fix what ain't broken? I always
They
like
both
to
switch.
decide. Like I said, you always have the mentality of either it's prove that you can beat it, or you have a game to play with. So it looks like Surftaco wants to try out another one of his teams. Maybe thinking Dervis would prepare very hard for the Astrius shell, seeing how decisive that first game was, and want to throw a bit of a curveball.
And it looks like that's what Dervis was doing here. I think he was expecting Taco to run it back, or maybe run it back. So he's gone to the kind of an anti-physical team there with the June. She does have the physical damage aura on her limit burst. It was upgraded some time ago, and then Cloud
That she
obviously
never
is,
uses ever.
Right. You do have to set it up, and then Cloud obviously with the lightning damage. So not looking like a great matchup here for Dervis. I think into this Ravius. I'm not sure how Cloud's damage is going to be. She's got very high area resistance. It is relatively bulky overall, and neither of those units are known for their magic resistance. Although the card help, from Greysword could maybe come in handy, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Yes. Yeah, I wanted to put up a point with Chisei that June will never use a LB ever. I think that we did like 8 mocks in a row and she never used it once, no matter what we were doing. So yeah, I mean at 80 she's really costly. I tried to make her cost down a couple of times, but yeah, I feel like unfortunately she's a waste of it.
Well, we'll have to see what Dervis is going to be able to do here. I do agree with JB. I think that this matchup is going to be pretty in Surftaco's favor here. But like I said, the damage coming out from Dervis might be a lot, and there could be. I know Cloud has that Ranger sub job, so there's always a little bit of different ways you can run them here. Ravies there at 15,000 HP, running straight forward and being able to use Taunting Blade. So definitely gonna be able to get the hate online, and then that's a little unfortunate coming out from Surftaco's side. Maiden's Blessing only going on the Ravies. It is the tank, but ideally that would have been on all 3 units there. Cloud still not in range, so probably not the Ranger sub job. Able to get haste online, which is going to be really good. But the Storm and Ren not doing a lot of damage at all, which normally for Jum I would say that's fine, no. But given that it's one of the 2 DPS here, I don't have a whole lot of hope. Oh.
8k coming from that Glassy on that Jum. At least she's very thinking against a physical. Next we're going to have Cloud. I think that they're all lined up. Oh no, only Mega Smash. And doing so few damage on that Ravius. Next we're going to have June. Will she use her LB? It's a great time to use it. Nope. So that very weak attack again. Now we're going to have Mashery. We saw Tackle the last time she... Okay, less damage than last time. Alright, so using that Owl Ray, a few damage on that June. Now we have that secret weapon, so that... oh man, the healing coming from that slime, it's so... it's surprising each time. Alright, so we have Cloud, Mega Slash again, nearing the 5k, but still not enough to even kill only that Ravius. Now we're going to have... Yeah, so that skill from that card from Glaciela doing a lot of damage again. June, again, same skill. And the Cloud is out of AP, so yeah, it's pretty much done.
Yeah, both the Cloud and the Jim out of AP. He does get the AP on critical hit online, so could help a little bit, but with the damage that's coming out and the stun, yeah, it's going to be really hard from here on out for Dervis.
It's a really fearsome team. I mean, it's a double 70, but he's making like work. He's making magic out of them. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Mace has been historically really good in the community tournaments. Mace and like Axe, but Axe has definitely fallen off over time. But Mace still hanging in there, being a very solid threat.
But now it's only double Mace, and it's still good. And it wasn't also Glaciela last time. It was I'll take Eldira and yeah, Summer Keton, yeah. So Taco reinventing the Mace.
Yeah, because I know that when we were originally putting our costing out there, that was a team that we were trying to avoid. So, like I said, Surftaco, despite all odds, making Mace still work. And like I said, it's been a slow bleed from this point on.
Cloud is still alive. I thought that he was dead, but he was only Aiden behind that June.
There he uses the triple slash, which I was hoping he would use earlier, so Jim could capitalize off some chains. But
and much more damage. Yeah, I feel like if he had more AP, maybe it would have been a slightly different outcome. But yeah, unfortunately, he needed more damage.
Yeah, like JB said in the beginning, this team is just really good with area resist, and all the attacks coming out besides the single target mega slashes from Cloud have all been big AoE attacks, so they tanked it very well.
So I was actually surprised how long that team ended up lasting there. I think the MVP was the slime there, actually putting out some clutch healing. So like the sustain was there, but like you guys were saying, the damage just wasn't. And unfortunately, that was all on Cloud. Just really couldn't get out any area of effect attacks, and it was just taking way too long to cut through the Ravius, especially with the heals coming from Mashiri. So yeah, that obviously looked a bit more competitive than the first game, but yeah, credit to Dervis for making the playoffs and putting up some good showing. He did actually beat me earlier this season as well, so kudos there. But Taco, he's time and time again has been a proven performer here, and he has showed some good looks here today.
Yeah, congrats to Surftaco for the win. As always, I've said that plenty of times at this point. And Dervis, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so glad that you were able to join the community tournament, especially since it's our last one here. Well, it's been a pleasure having you and being able to have you on for this ride.
Yeah, so ditto that what Chisei said. It was your second season, if I remember right. I don't remember if you were part of the first one. But yeah, nonetheless, we're really glad to have you here. It's always sad to see people out of the playoffs at this point, because we know that it's end of service. I'm pretty sure that we'll see you again in the WBN. We already saw you, so I hope that you're going to be present next week. Alright, so let's jump into the last series. Okay, so next series is going to be Kiyoshi against Nidles. So dude, where's my tank versus Cetra and Balor? And no, he still doesn't have any tank in his team.
So Kiyoshi looks like, he's brought in a couple new units here with the 2P and the Kefka. It looks like haven't been used. So some new DPS threats, including a magic threat. Nidles, on the other hand, looks like he's brought in Zazan the Unkillable, actually. That unit fully reincarnated, I think, is a little bit scary, because that's not something that many of us have actually seen in game. Looks like Curry was and both players actually looks like they've added in Elshra as kind of a supportive quickener. So
they all replace Phoebe by Elshra.
Yeah. So obviously, there's some good teams here on both sides. Got a good mix. Not really much magic there from Neil's side. Looks like it's pretty much all physical threats. Does have the evasion threat. We have seen that Ildira put in some work earlier this year. Kiyoshi does have a mix of everything. He's got some evade, some magic. He's got some range damage. So gonna be hard to know what he's gonna bring from game to game.
Alright, so let's jump into the first match. Okay, right off the bat, this is Zan.
Yeah, so the Zazan comes right out, so it's an evasion look here from Nidles. Joker obviously can get fairly evasive. I think that the stats being a 120 unit don't quite help him out there, but we have seen some surprising damage and surprising tankiness for level 120 in some previous matches, so he can hold up decently well to physical damage. Kiyoshi, it's going to come down to whether he brought enough accuracy here. And these units, they can be built accurate, and I'm assuming that they were reincarnated. But yeah, it's going to be tough to hit the Zazan. I don't think that they're going to be able to do it. If Needles reincarnated that Zazan.
Yeah, I think that Ramada has Paralyzed Edge, but I'm not sure. But at least there's the Elena for the Earth Resist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you mentioned, there's a lot of different things at play here. There's the Earth Resist from the Helena. There's the guaranteed hit from the Ramada. So it's not as cut and dry as if they have the accuracy or not, but that is going to be a huge factor. So if the accuracy isn't there, which I think they're going to have to pretty much put all of their... If this Zazan is fully reincarnated, they're pretty much going to have to put all of their stats into accuracy. So you can't really hedge too much and be able to hit that Zazan there. I do like the tank. Oh,
they're also going to have to cut through that Mon too, and that the guaranteed hit for Ramada is just a single target. So
yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty rough here. I'm not liking the odds, but like I said, we'll have to see. It's because that being said, Joker is still a 120 cost unit, and Zazan is pretty much, I think almost everything he has is going to be a single target, so he's going to have to mow down each unit one at a time. So I do like the choice of the tank here. The first hit coming out on the Ramada, not actually doing too much.
Yep.
But getting right in range. And unfortunately for Ravies, she was in range of the Mont, so her first hit going on the Mont. Still don't know if we have the accuracy to hit the Zazan yet.
Oh.
Because the Mont has hate, but
No LB.
he absolutely torn down there.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I didn't see this coming.
I can't say I did either. That's huge.
Maybe Kiyoshi even didn't see this coming too.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Very little damage coming out from the Zazan.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness. That's
so
honestly incredible.
Okay. I didn't even have time to say anything except oh wow.
Yeah. Can we go back and erase all the things I said about Kiyoshi having a hard matchup this time? Because yeah, that was
Chisei, you fool. I didn't say nothing because I thought that you were too ridiculous. Great start for the win.
Pretty crazy there. So I think, to me, it looks like Kiyoshi was expecting him to run that Zazan there. Probably had built up some earth resistance through Espers or something in addition to the buff there from the Helena. So because the Zazan was just doing absolutely nothing with that triple blow, so triple digit damage. So yeah, that's not going to get it done. And obviously she had the accuracy there to be able to hit him right away. So yeah, kudos to Kiyoshi. Looks like he was anticipating that and had the build ready.
I know that Zazan can like shred defense, and I saw a defense debuff coming from I think the Elena on the Greatsword units. So yeah, there was a lot that were implied. I saw the Elena doing the Earth resist buff. So yeah, he was prepped for the Zazan.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say. That you guys took all the words out of my mouth. It was like this team was tailor-made for this. No, that's a good thing. It looked like this team was tailor-made. So very well done on Kiyoshi for the prep.
Yeah, really like to see those lower cost team shine like this. Alright, so let's jump into the second match. And Brocken, don't fix it.
Yep. I mean,
Kiyoshi going back to that same team. It's I mean, we saw that team or similar team, in the Surftaco's match as well. So that's going to be a potent combo, I think, here in the playoffs. Nidles has opted for a different look here with the fist units and kind of flanking that with the O. He does have the two lightning units there, maybe to counteract a little bit of what the Ramada is bringing, but they are low rarity, so it's her damage is pretty potent, I think, even against them.
Liking much more the odds of Nidles this time.
Yeah, when I saw the team last time, I liked Nidles' odds until... but I mean, it was really heavily dependent on whether Kiyoshi had the accuracy, which he did, so it makes sense for the last match that he was able to take that one. But for this one, it's just going to be a slugfest. It's going to really come down to, not accuracy, but just damage and sustain. And like Nimro said in the beginning, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The team didn't struggle at all last time around, so he wants to see if Nidles has a response to be able to take this fearsome team down. Lisette doing her buff, but then running off to the side, so not sure why she ended up doing that, but it looks like Rabies also ran off to the side. So yeah, it looks like she has the hate. So I don't know how he got her to run off to the side like that, but it's working out really well in terms of positioning. So yep, because Nidles now coming down the middle with an evasion up buff. I wonder if that's just for the AoE res or if there is some sort of slight evade angle here. I hope for him because this team is accurate. Yeah, I was gonna say, if Kiyoshi didn't make any changes, then he's definitely got the accuracy, so I wouldn't be going for an evasion look.
No. Oh no.
Oh wow. That's... I wonder if there's just so much luck, yeah.
Yeah, Great Swords can stack lock, so if he didn't put any accuracy on that Perinch is going to be pretty blind. Alright, not looking good.
Well, the set's not joined back up with the group, so even if she did have hate, yeah, this Winter Avies is going to be able to do some damage right here and apply some Frostbite too.
Oh no, it's done.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's done, but it really is looking like it.
No,
no, I'll say it's done. Wow.
Okay, quick series.
Yeah, I mean, there's not once again, not too much for me to say there. This team is just very, very strong. Kiyoshi's definitely found the secret sauce for this team. Managed to have it be accurate, tanky, deal some good damage. So, you know, even whatever future matches he might have planned, you know, I think this team is going to be one to look out for. It's not one that you can easily dismiss at all.
See, Charming Division, it's all you had to do, stack accuracy and beat them.
And I think all that happened, I don't remember seeing a Quicken come out from the Helena. I think she was mostly just buffing and casting Dispel. So, you know, with the potential for Quickens as well, you know, it's definitely a scary team. So, definitely congrats to Kiyoshi for the win there.
Congrats to Kiyoshi, well played, and you know, he's really turned it on, I think, in the second half of the season as well. He's really played well down the stretch, and today was no exception.
Yeah, his team, I mean, it's the third time in a row that he's using it. Clearly he's liking it a lot because he keeps returning with it. It seems to be really good all around, accurate, some kind of evasive apparently. It has the bulk. He has more chance with Winter Ramada that I had with her. Fantastic display of power. As for Nidles, my new fellow guildmate, it's the end of the road for him. Another really, I mean, I'm glad that I met him. He's also really another kind player. It's really nice to talk to. And it was your first time participating in a community tournament, I think. You did pretty well, very well. I really hope that you enjoyed your time and was really nice meeting you.
Same, yeah. I had enjoyed talking to him when we faced off earlier in the season, and seems like a really good guy, good player.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the teams didn't pan out here at the playoffs here, but like Nimro said, making it 2 playoffs is a huge accomplishment there. So thanks again for joining us. You know, unfortunate that I wasn't able to, you know, meet you more or talk with you more, but you know, it's just, you know, having you here and seeing the interactions that you've had in the chat, and of course, you know, Numero talks highly about all of his fellow guildmates, so it's definitely been a joy having you around.
Yeah, and he promised me that he will join the next WBN tournaments also. We'll see him around. Alright, so let's jump into the final playoff tree. Alright, so here's the matchups for next week. So we're going to have GB79 against Kiyoshi. Love to see this, it's going to be very fun. And then Surftaco against LXD92.
Yeah, so I mean, we just saw what Kiyoshi was able to do there in that matchup, so I definitely was going to have my work cut out for me here going into next week. So looking forward to it. You know, we had a good battle earlier this season. He was able to take me down, if I remember correctly. So we'll have to get back to the drawing board and see what I can come up with.
Yeah, looking at the standings here, it looks like there weren't any upsets. So we got first versus 4th seed and second versus 3rd seed. So I'm expecting some really fire matches coming out next week. You know, the matches this week already, you know, now that we've hit playoffs, everyone's able to get some reincarnations on their units. Got some really good matches already. I'm only expecting the quality to keep going up as we get further down the bracket.
Absolutely.
Alright, so this was it for tonight, 1 a.m. here. Thank you everyone for watching, and we're going to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Take care.
40 hearts aligned in play for the tourney of the might. The Black Enthusiast League is here, with friends and foes so near. An epic journey to the top, never resting, never stop. Wbel calls our name, you get up for the grand game. It's the place to be right now. exploits endure. In the spotlight they belong. WBL stands strong. They are blind, they are enthusiasts, and not all clairvoyant, but they are all charming in their own way. Heroes bow for all to see. Champions rise from their exploits and